I can hear somebody saying, he's standing in his kitchen. Well, yeah, I am. And I'm standing here for good reason. I wanted to bring to you a brief story of Mary and Martha, because you may have heard this story before. I want to read it first to you and then bring to you some thoughts I have on this story. It's Luke chapter 10, verse 38. Now it happened as they went, he entered, that is Jesus, he entered a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha welcomed him into the house. I want you to notice that it was Martha that welcomed Jesus into the house. And she had a sister called Mary, who also sat at Jesus' feet and heard his word. But Martha was distracted with so much serving, and she approached him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Therefore tell her to help me. In verse 41, and Jesus answered and said to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things. One thing is needed, and Mary has chosen that good part, which will not be taken away from her. You know, Jesus did not rebuke Martha. He does say that one thing is needed. Now, we don't hear him say, Martha, or to Mary, you know, you should get up and serve more. I want to pay tribute to the servers in churches. We have people in our church that serve, and God bless them. Now, if you're a server, remember one thing is needed, one other thing. And it's actually the very thing that is eternal. And that is the words of Jesus. She was soaking up the word. You serve in church, do you? Well, ensure that your serving does not take you out of fellowship, does not take you out of the word of God. I have seen good people like Martha. Now, Martha, what a wonderful woman. She invited Jesus. How many people have invited Jesus into their life? And they get so caught up with life, with serving, with the stuff of doing, that they actually miss out on life. It can happen. The life that I'm talking about here is the life and the walk with Jesus. He says, and Jesus said, Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things. Jesus perceived that this was a habitual thing with Martha. She ran around constantly, always doing stuff, always doing things. Now, I don't know about Mary here, whether she helped Martha much at all. It's apparent that Mary was taken by wanting to receive something from Jesus that would last. Martha was concerned about the temporary, the temporal things. There is a principle of the temporal and the eternal. What am I building into my life that is eternal? We've got to do the mundane temporal things, haven't we? We've got to put petrol into the car. We've got to check the oil. We've got to do the cooking. We've got to do all that sort of thing. Now, I wanted to say to you, if you're like Martha, well, God bless you. We need Marthas. But I would suggest to you to take a leaf out of Mary's book and receive that which is eternal, that will never be taken away. We cook today, it's forgotten tomorrow. We put petrol in the car today, it burns, and we've got to refill it again. But when we drink of that living water, it endures, it lasts, it's eternal. So God bless you. I pray that you might receive this word. If you're a Martha, once again, we want to pay tribute to you, because you're the people that keep the things going. You're the ones that set up the church for everybody. You're the one that sits behind the sound board, the sound desk, make sure everything's good, or the lights. You're the one that practices in the music and in the band. You're the one that when there's a party going on, you're in the kitchen getting it all ready for everyone else. Now, if that's you, God bless you. We need you. And I want to say, God bless you. However, one thing is needed, and don't you neglect that. Don't you neglect that which Mary received was eternal.